The customer had already applied for P.I.P before I started working with him, and it was at the stage where he'd been for the actual face-to-face assessment, and the reasons he had applied for P.I.P in the first place were his mental health. He suffers with anxiety, and also kind of physical side was epilepsy, consistently having seizures, and from the seizures he'd have poor memory as well. So the stage where I picked him up, he'd been for the face-to-face and been told that he wasn't eligible for P.I.P, and so I helped him to appeal that decision and go to another face-to-face assessment. The total time of doing all this, from the point of initial application to finally receiving the payment, was roughly a year and a half, possibly a little bit less, and the back pay totaled to over £900. So he received this £900 all in one go. I saw him just after he'd received it, and then it was less than 2 weeks later, it was all gone, the back pay. He'd spent it, he said, on various things: CDs, t-shirts, as well as substances, drugs, and also he said he bought things for friends, but also felt that they'd used him. He felt quite down that it was all gone, and also wanted some assistance to pay for some electricity. It's ultimately to make their daily lives easier. So in terms of him having epilepsy and poor memory, he could maybe put some of that money towards having a personal assistant, having something in place which makes it easier for him to remember appointments, remember what's happened at those appointments, and remember his schedule for the week. The effects of it was that his pre-existing addictions seemed to have got a lot worse after that 2-week period. Every time I saw him following that, he was under the influence. The state of his flat just got worse. He was drinking before the back pay, and that was his main issue, and with that he was getting in trouble with the police. But overall, on a daily basis, if I was to go see him, he wasn't intoxicated in the day. He was staying sober during the day and making an effort to only drink at night, and to reduce that. That kind of plan of reducing, coming off a drink, completely went out the window when he got the back pay. There were issues around where he was living, where there were potential drug dealers as well, so access to substances was easier, but also he obviously had the means to buy the substances on a more regular basis, and it seemed like that kind of overtook any kind of work he was doing to address his addictions at the time. I hear a lot of cases where they've had the back pay and it has gone pretty quickly, and not always spent on the wisest of things. I think there's a lot of stuff which would obviously benefit from this back pay. So people might have court fines coming out already out of maybe their ESA, and so perhaps it could be looked at before handing all this back pay over. Well, maybe you've got these court fines regularly coming out of your normal benefit. Maybe we could perhaps put in some kind of a payment plan here to help you out, get these court fines wiped, or at least some kind of financial advice, or the offer of it if you want it. Perhaps you can come into a job centre, we have a financial advisor, or even perhaps the option of, you're entitled to this back pay, how would you like it to be paid? Would you like it to have in one bulk, or would it be more helpful to you if perhaps we added a bit more to your monthly payment and we paid it over the course of, say, 6 months, 12 months? What would be useful to you?